Hey everybody, off the Mike Sports Network here. Late reaction to the West play-in, the Eastern Conference 7-8 play-in was a joke. Atlanta, Atlanta just gets absolutely whitewashed by the Orlando Magic. The most notable thing that happened in that game was Trae Young got thrown out of the game for some unsportsmanlike behavior, and we'll see if the Hawks are able to win a home game and get themselves into the 8th spot to play my Cleveland Cavaliers, who they beat a couple times earlier in the season. But now DeAndre Hunter comes over from the Hawks to the Cavs. George Niang and Karis LeVert go the other direction. And, here we are. That would actually be an interesting first round series. I still think the Cavs are in relatively good shape against any one of the three teams in the East side. But let's talk about the Western play-in 7-8 game. Golden State, the Warriors, hosted the Memphis Grizzlies. And Steph Curry, listen, I spent a large chunk of the prime of Steph Curry's career, and you could say he's still kind of in his prime, even though he's in his late 30s now. I spent a large chunk of my time just absolutely trying to find every conceivable possible way to hate this guy. And I've just run out of excuses. I've run out of excuses really since they made that really since they made it back and they won an NBA championship in 2022. He's just been remarkable. And in such a big spot when they were just disintegrating, the Warriors were disintegrating. Like Draymond Green commits his fifth foul, they give up a challenge. The Grizzlies were making a surge and in position to potentially tie or win this game and steal it on the road after being down by 20 points in this thing. And Steph Curry hit a couple of just mammoth threes, one which he pump fake, I think, 2 or 3 times and didn't move his pivot. But some people are trying to justify. Look, it's just unbelievable, just the clutch shot making that this guy, and it was a big knock on him during the early stages of that rivalry with the Cavs. He couldn't come up big in the clutch, and now he's become a massive leader. He helped this country win a damn gold medal last summer with some amazing shots. And now, even in his late 30s, I am terrified of I am just petrified if I am a Western Conference team. Hell, if I'm the Cavs or the Celtics, I am petrified of having to face Steph Curry because at any point this guy could load up from 35 feet and just hit a bomb, and it's unbelievable. There's never been, in terms of just clutch shot making and the ways he can make shots, the ways he can get open. I don't know if we've ever seen a more electrifying player than Steph Curry, because when he gets on a roll, and some people will say, well, Michael Jordan, LeBron, guys, when Steph Curry gets on a 3-point shooting heater, there is nothing like it, not just in basketball, in sports. I can tell you, in that gold medal game against France, when he went on the heater, it's mind-blowing to see. And you get to the point where you're like, oh, Steph Curry puts up a shot, it's going in. And in every big key spot against the Grizzlies, with their spot potentially in the playoffs slipping through and maybe having to go play again and blowing a huge lead, he hit some mammoth shots. Was just clutch all over the place. And yeah, leave out the fact that the Grizzlies had a chance to potentially tie this game and couldn't get the ball inbounded, but still, that was because his teammates were kind of failing him at the end. But I'm scared to death. As long as Steph Curry is in existence in this tournament and in this NBA playoff picture, as long as that is happening, I am scared to death of what he could do, because he's on the type of level, if he can stay healthy, and I understand that he's older, this is a dangerous, dangerous team. And then on top of it, you got Jimmy Butler, who's dangerous in the playoffs. Draymond Green, he's been kind of a head case defensively, but he's a 4-time champion. Pajemski and, some of these other pieces on the Warriors, there's this narrative going around, that the Warriors are, the Warriors walking into this series against the Rockets will beat them. And the Rockets are young and talented. But I'm here to tell you, if not just the Rockets, because if they were able to get through, then we would be talking about the Lakers or the Timberwolves, presumably the Lakers, but we'll see if the Lakers are able to hold serve. So if they're able to get through, then you get the Lakers potentially. That's a scary matchup. And then Oklahoma City, who the hell knows what's going to happen there? Look, I don't want to play the Warriors right now. I do not want to play the Warriors, and that's coming from me as a Cats fan because I am getting, PTSD from what this guy did to my franchise for years. And I understand that he wasn't as big of a central figure. Like he was the leader of that team, but it was more about Kevin Durant. But this is a different Steph Curry from where he was about 10 or so years ago. Like in terms of where he is, like, mentally. And, he's just hit so many big shots and made so many big plays for a number of different teams on a number of different levels, on the international level, on the NBA level, in the All-Star game, even though those games don't matter. This guy is just so great. And watching him against the Memphis Grizzlies completely just take over that game when the game seemed to be slipping away. And these were not even just like simple, like, wide open threes. These were, he had to create some shit out of thin air. Like I said, that double, triple pump fake in a tough spot to beat the shot clock, which I forgot what it put them up, but it was a huge shot in that game. And it's one thing that Steph Curry and only Steph Curry can do. So if you're just here to think that, okay, the Warriors, hey, because they fell into the play and they kind of fell apart at the end of the season, I do not want to play this team in a 7-game series because number 30 is still on the team. And then by extension, Jimmy Butler's there too. So maybe I'm wrong, but I think I got the Warriors beating the Rockets in the first round, just because I think the Rockets, outside of outside of Dylan Brooks and outside of Dylan Brooks and Fred VanVleet, there's no playoff and Steven Adams. There's no playoff experience on this team. They're crucial guys, Amen Thompson, Jalen Green, and like these key guys, and Şengün, like all these guys have never played at this level before. Yeah, you got Ime Udoka as your head coach. Cool. Who took the Celtics to the finals. It's a great coaching job. Give me Steph Curry and Steve Kerr and the Warriors over this team right now. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.